Welcome back to my channel Whiteboard E-Learning. Dear student, today we will complete the gravitation chapter with this topic what I have written on the right hand side, that is orbital velocity of satellite, time period of satellite, energy of satellite, geostationary satellite, what type of special type of satellite is called the geostationary satellite, and number 5, weightlessness of satellite. So these are the very important topics today we will cover. So first we'll start from orbital velocity of the satellite. And you know, satellites are of two kinds. Number 1, natural satellite and artificial satellite. You know, moon is the only one satellite of the earth, and other planets has more than one satellite or one satellite, whatever may be, that are called natural satellite. But here we'll talk about also artificial satellite. Natural satellite we know, and we'll talk about how to launch satellite and what speed we have to acquire to place the satellite in the orbit, that is called orbital velocity, so with which it will be placed on that orbit. So first of all, I will give you one normal idea how to launch satellite. You know, for that I am drawing one. Suppose this is the earth, and if we want to launch satellite, if we want to place one satellite in any orbit around the earth, then first of all we have to launch the satellite with a rocket, just like nowadays it is PSLV rocket. So by the rocket we have to launch the satellite. So rocket will move in a forward direction, that is vertically upward. Okay, and going through vertical, after reaching a particular height from the earth, then there is an internal mechanism by which the satellite inside the rocket, we have to give some forces in the horizontal direction. It is the vertical direction, but horizontal direction we have to give some force. Suppose you are here at this point, so you are just throwing one stone, then stone will fall here. If you give more forces, stone will fall here. So just now think that stone is satellite. So we have to throw the satellite in such a velocity, such a speed, then it will not fall down here or here or here. It will just describe a circular path around the earth, and that velocity with which we have forced the satellite, placed the satellite in a particular orbit, that is called the orbital velocity. Now today I will just make one description, make one deduction about the orbital velocity. Now suppose this is the earth, again I have drawn, and the mass of the earth is capital M, okay, capital M, and radius of the earth we have taken, that is capital R, okay. And suppose one satellite of mass M revolving round the earth with a velocity that is v. It is actually called orbital velocity. Orbital velocity. The orbital velocity cannot be any value. It is a particular value for a particular orbit. Okay, depends upon where the satellite, the distance, the height of the satellite from the earth. So it depends. The v depends on that. Now suppose this is. So this will be R also, and this will be H, the height of the satellite from the earth's surface. So total distance of the center of the earth to the height of the satellite will be R plus H. Now we know satellite will be attracted towards the earth. That is the gravitational force, and this gravitational force, and there is a centripetal force also. This centripetal force will be supplied by the gravitational force. Okay. So centripetal force will be m v square by r. here r is equal to r plus h is equal to g capital M small m by r plus h whole square. So we have written this equation from where? The centripetal force of the satellite, that is the attraction towards the center, is supplied by the gravitational force, and that is V is equal to root gm r plus h. Okay, so this is the orbital velocities expression. Now if we consider h is less than r, h is comparatively small with respect to the capital R, that is the radius of the earth, then we can consider V is equal to root gm by r. Okay, so h will be, we have neglected the h. Now we know there is a relation. So if it is, so if we neglect the h, that is the height of the satellite from the earth surface, is negligible, then we can say it is on the earth surface comparatively. So then there is a formula, gm is equal to, there is a formula we know, g is equal to gm by r square. So we can write capital G capital M is equal to g r square. So if we put g r square in the place of gm and it will be r, then it will be root gr. V is equal to root gr. So now if we just put the values of g and r, g is equal to 9.8 meter per second square and r will be 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meter. Then it will be come out as 8 into 10 to the power 3 meter per second, that is 8 kilometer per second. Here you can see the orbital velocity does not depend on the mass of the body, mass of the satellite what we have launched. Okay, so this only depends on the mass of the earth, the universal gravitational constant, and the height of the satellite from the center of the earth. Okay, 8 kilometer per second is approximate, and this is the definition of the orbital velocity. The velocity required to put a satellite into a given orbit around the planet, here planet is Earth, is called orbital velocity. Now we'll go to the second topic, that is the time period of the satellite. Now this is the time period of the satellite, time taken by the satellite to complete one revolution around the Earth. Here we will take the planet as the Earth, is called the time period of the satellite. It is denoted by capital T. Okay, so I have again drawn the figure. This is the Earth, radius of the Earth is capital R, and the satellite it is revolving around the Earth at the height h. Now we know time period T is equal to circumference of the orbit by orbital velocity. So now circumference of the orbit will be 2 pi r, that is 2 pi r plus h, by orbital velocity will be, here few minutes ago we have found out, that is capital G m by r plus h. Okay, so we'll write here, so orbital velocity will be v, so v will be root gm by r plus h. Okay, so it will be actually 2 pi r plus h, and it will be r plus h to the power half by gm root gm, that is 2 pi r plus h, 1 this power 1 plus half, that is 3 by 2, will be 3 by 2 by root gm, which will be 2 pi root over r plus h whole cube by gm. Okay, so this is the expression of the time period of the satellite. So from these relations we can conclude that the time period of the satellite depends on the age. You can see here r, g, m, 2 pi are constant. So it varies only on the height of the satellite. Okay, now we'll go to the energy of the satellite. Now energy of the satellite, when the satellite revolves around the earth or any planet, then obviously it contains some energy, and this energy obviously be two types. One is kinetic energy and second one will be potential energy. So kinetic energy equation, if we just write, that is kinetic energy expression will be half m v square. Here this v is nothing but the orbital velocity. Now we already know half m v orbital velocity, v is equal to root gm by r plus h. Okay, so right here gm by r plus h. Okay, so now it will be half g capital M small m by r plus h, number one. And potential energy, the satellite also contains a potential energy, and the conception of the potential energy already I have given my previous video. So if a body is bringing from infinity to that point is, the height of the point is r plus h from the center of the earth, then we have to do some work. That work is stored in that point in the form of potential energy. So the potential energy will be minus g capital M small m by r plus h. Okay, so this is the second equation. So now the total energy, that is capital E, is equal to Ke plus Ee. So it will be G capital M small m by 2r plus h minus, that is plus of minus G capital M small m by r plus h. So it will be nothing but 2r plus h g capital M small m minus 2 capital G capital M small m. So it will be total energy E will be minus g mm by 2r plus h. That is the total energy. And you can see the total energy is negative here. This has a special meaning. Total energy is negative. And if you go to infinity, suppose if we consider infinity for the kinetic energy, you can see r plus h will be infinity. Then it will be, kinetic energy will be 0. And potential energy at that point is also be 0. So total energy at infinity for the case of kinetic energy and potential energy will be 0. And you can see here the potential energy at the height r plus h, that is minus gmm by 2 r plus h. Okay, and it is negative. So kinetic energy must not be negative, so potential energy will be negative. So that means that it is, the satellite is bound to earth. And you know this energy, total energy is negative, means already I have told you that is negative. So it will be 0 at infinity. So a body always stays in a minimum potential energy condition. Okay, minimum potential energy condition, and that will be fulfilled when it will be near the earth's surface, and it will be 0 at the, and that will be maximum. That potential energy will be maximum, that is 0. It is negative. You know which is smaller, negative value or 0 value? Negative value is smaller. So somehow it can be understood. So the satellite is bound to the earth. If we want to leave the satellite from this earth surface, orbit, then we have to give some energy and then it will be freed. That's why it is bound to Earth. The meaning of negative sign is that the satellite is bound to Earth. If we want to free the satellite from the orbit, then we have to do some positive work. Okay. Now geostationary satellite, that type of satellite, it revolves round the Earth and the angular velocity of the satellite is similar to the angular velocity of the Earth. And we know Earth rotates from west to east, satellite also rotates from west to east. So these are the features. And the plane on which it revolves, that is the equatorial plane, that will be concentric to the circle and it lies on the equatorial plane. And the time period of the revolution of the satellite, that is a geostationary satellite, will be 24 hours. As it is moving, it is revolving round the Earth, the same angular velocity and same nature of rotation, that is west to east. So always this type of satellite will be looks like rest with respect to the Earth's surface. That's why it is called stationary with respect to the Earth. So geo means Earth, so it is called geostationary satellite. So conclusion is that time period of the satellite will be 24 hours, moves from west to east, angular velocity of the satellite will be exactly similar with the Earth, revolves in equatorial plane, and it will be always looks like rest condition, rest with respect to the Earth. That means the relative velocity of the satellite will be 0 with respect to the Earth. That type of satellite is called the geostationary satellite. And you know, geostationary satellite has, few minutes ago we have found out the time period of a satellite. So here it will be 2 pi. A few minutes ago we have found out what is the time period, that is 2 pi r plus h by v. So it will be 2 pi r plus h, v is equal to root gm by r plus h. Okay, so it will be 2 pi r plus h cube by gm root. So here if we just put the value of m, value of g, value of pi also we know, value of t also we know, then from this relation we can find out what is h. And if we put the values here, you can put this value, you know the value, I am not doing here, it will be 36000 kilometer. Okay, so height of the geostationary satellite from the Earth's surface will be 36,000 kilometer. If we want to know what is the velocity, E is equal to 2 pi r plus h by t. Here r is equal to, you know what is r? R is the radius of the Earth. H we have found out from here. 2 pi you all know. T is equal to 24 hours. You have to convert in second. Then you can get, this will be 3.1 kilometer per second. So this will be the orbital velocity of the geostationary satellite. You can find out from this data. Okay. Now we'll go to the weightlessness of the satellite. Now we are finding out the weightlessness, and that is the adverse condition, adverse situation which have to be felt by astronaut, that is weightlessness. And that is very difficult in this situation to eat something, to drink something, or walking. It will be very difficult. So, and we will feel our weight will be 0. And this weightlessness condition will be felt in the satellite. So if you are in the satellite, then weight of you will towards the weight of the satellite, including your mass, will be towards this direction, and your satellite will give you one reaction force to you, that is capital R, what I have written here, and the resultant of these forces, that is resultant of forces, that means mg dash minus R, that is the resultant force on you, and it will be equal to the centripetal force on the satellite, that is mv square by R. Here R we have taken the radius of the earth plus the height, that is R. Okay, now we can write here, and we know there is the orbital velocity of the satellite, that is v is equal to root gm by R. Here R is equal to, I have told you, R plus h. Now mg dash minus R is equal to m, and here we can write mg dash minus R is equal to m, and gm is equal to known as the gr square. So gm is equal to g dash r square, because we have taken here g dash is acceleration due to gravity, and this will be g dash by r square. So it will be minus r is equal to mg dash minus mg dash. So it will be 0. So r will be 0. You can see the reaction force on the satellite due to the man or weight of any body, that is reaction force is 0. If reaction force is 0, that means he or she will feel that he is weightless. Thank you.